Supply and demand. High supply, low demand. The price is going to have to drop. It's simple economics. So I think that there is going to be opportunities for people who can buy. So if you're a good buyer, 680 plus credit score, money in the bank, and you have decent reserves, and you have a good stable job, or you have a business that's cash flowing and you can show it on your tax return, strategies and all that. But ultimately, if you're one of these buyers, you have an opportunity to buy real estate.
Okay. Hey everybody, welcome to part 2 of Jeff Badu over here. One of the things, Jeff, besides being a professional, as being a CPA and accountant, besides that, he is an active real estate investor. He's involved with me. We're involved in various aspects of real estate investing. He's a speaker numerous times at study groups and special events. But he's active. He's actually in the field, and you're a big player in real estate. So Jeff, give us your let's pretend you're Nostradamus over here. What is going on with real estate, the world, and locally in Chicago?
Yeah, so my take, I'm very optimistic on real estate. Overall, just to give a history, my parents have been in real estate for about 30 years or so. My dad migrated from Ghana to the U.S., sending money back and forth to Ghana, bought some land for cheap, and now they're worth 1,000 times what he got it for.
The land here or the land
in Ghana?
He came to America and he's investing in Ghana.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And he owns a pretty large portfolio of real estate. So just watching him taught me the game a little bit.
Okay.
How to manage tenants, how to manage people, how to manage projects. So I've learned the ins and outs of real estate. But back in 2017 was when I first said, I need to take my real estate investment game to the next level. All right. So 2016, I had bought a condo, just something to live in and all that good stuff. Had I known about the FHA loan though, I would have bought a 4-unit, lived in the bottom.
And what do you call that? House hacking?
House hacking. Yeah. Exactly. Lived in the basement, had 3 tenants paying my mortgage for me, and also putting cash into my pocket and getting rid of my largest expense, which is my mortgage. So had I known that, that's what I would have done. So now we own about 10 units in Chicago.
Okay.
Right. We're in the process of acquiring 30 plus units, so 33 units to be exact, over the next 2 months. One of them is a 4-unit, that's in Woodlawn.
Okay.
The other one is a 6-unit, that's in Inglewood. Other one is a 10-unit, that's in Auburn Gresham. We just got a contract on it today.
Okay.
And then we also have a 3-unit that's in Inglewood.
Okay.
That one we're just holding for now because basically it's a fix and flip loan. So the lenders aren't really they're not too attracted to fix and flip loans right now.
Right. Okay.
They're being very, very strict. So if you're a fix and flip, so to the first thing, if you're in fix and flip, you got to be careful. Your reserve game needs to be high because the banks won't lend to you.
Right.
They just won't. They consider you so risky because I believe market values will drop over the next few months.
Yep.
It's guaranteed to happen because people can't pay their mortgage. They'll get foreclosed on.
Some tenants can't pay rent.
Right. Some tenants can't pay rent.
Can't pay mortgage.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so overall, what's going to happen with that is the values are going to drop because appraisals won't come in as high. And also, right now, what's going to happen is there's going to be a huge supply and not enough qualified buyers.
A supply of what?
Supply of physical real estate properties.
And they're probably going to be vacant or delinquent or what?
Exactly. Vacant, delinquent, landlords who just can't do anything, so they got to do quick fire sales. You see a lot of short sales in this type of environment. And so what happens too is now there's not enough qualified buyers. JP Morgan just increased their standard to borrowing to you have to have a 680 credit score and have to put down 20% minimum.
And this is for what? For a house, a two-flat?
For a house,
three-flat, what?
anything. Investment property, just your basic home that you're about, a condo. I mean, just your basic. So when you put so much restrictions on that, what's going to happen is the buyers can't get in. And there's going to be
and the sellers can't get out.
The sellers can't get out.
Okay.
So what's going to happen is they're going to have to drop the price. Supply and demand. High supply, low demand. The price is going to have to drop. It's simple economics. You know, so I think that there is going to be opportunities for people who can buy. So if you're a good buyer, 680 plus credit score, you know, money in the bank, and you have decent reserves, and you have a good stable job, or you have a business that's cash flowing, and you can show it on your tax return, you know, strategies and all that. But ultimately, if you're one of these buyers, you have an opportunity to buy real estate.
Okay.
So how am I able to buy 30 plus units over the next 2 months is because I'm a good buyer.
Okay. And how are you structuring these deals? I mean, you
That's
don't
a
have
good-
to get into
yeah,
all the
that's a
detail,
good one.
but tell us how you're able to do it.
Exactly.
You got obviously you got the knowledge, but how do you implement?
Yeah, so I'll give you guys step by step, right? So the 4 unit is a partnership that I have with a friend who basically can't get out of a deal, right? He needs somebody to come in with the expertise, with the funds. And so I'm basically contributing X amount of dollars to get into the deal, and we're going to partner 50-50. So in exchange for 50% equity, I'm going to give, let's just say, $6,000 of my money to assist with the rehab process and everything. Once we close, we refinance, and then the property starts cash flowing. So that's how I'm going to get the 4 unit.
Okay.
The 6 unit that I'm about to buy, it's actually originally a 4 unit, but I'm about to turn it into a 6 unit because it has 2
basements.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Basement units that are vacant. There's nothing in there. It's just straight walls. So I'm using an FHA loan.
Okay.
Right? So I was one of the lucky people that got into the FHA
Just before
they started restricting everybody. So with this FHA loan, you know, you claim it as your primary residence. You live in one of the units, and basically cash flow to have the other units cash flow. This building is cash flowing about $50,000 every single year.
Okay.
You know, so it's not exactly Inglewood, but it's basically close to the Inglewood neighborhood.
Okay.
So that building that's how I'm doing it. Now the 10 unit, here's how I'm going to do it. Basically, it's a building that's in Auburn Gresham.
Okay.
Right? It's cash flowing. It's about $100,000 a year in cash flow as far as gross. Take out the mortgage and all that, you're left with about $40,000. So with that, you know, it's 25% down off the bat. All right, so a lender is not going to let you get away with anything less than 25%.
Okay.
So with that, what am I going to do? Where am I going to find the 25%? I use another loan, right? A short-term loan, maybe a 1-year or 5-year term loan. And then I also use SBA money, just like we talked about with PPP and EIDL.
Right.
I very well qualify for these programs, right? So I'm going to use that money. And then where do I find the extra money? Get a HELOC on my house.
Fantastic. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, but you're not the typical buyer.
Right.
by any stretch of the imagination. You're not the typical buyer. All right, and then there's one more property now, right?
Yeah, so there's an additional one in Inglewood. So there's another 3 unit in Inglewood. That one, to be honest, I'm having trouble securing the financing because of the fix and flip nature of the loan, even though I'm planning to refinance and all that. They just have heavy restrictions. They're only doing 70% loan to value right now. That's even if you can find a lender. The credit score requirement is going up. Reserve amount is going up. And some people don't even lend to Cook County because we're in a high coronavirus environment right now.
Yes.
You know?
Oh man.
Exactly.
Yes.
So for that deal, I haven't actually found a lender, but it's still under contract.
Okay.
And then the last 10 units are in Gary, Indiana through the tax sale.
Okay.
Yes, sir. You know, you get them $500, $500 to $1,000 a piece. And right now, if you're going to the tax sale, at first there were a lot of people registered. I can guarantee you that by the time the auction is here next month in May, a lot of people
slim down.
Right, because people won't have money to invest unless they're taking advantage of PPP, EIDL. By the time that money runs out, I mean they're not going to be able to buy.
Right.
Exactly.
So it's we're leading into a buyer's market.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Or buyer's market because
Exactly. Because it's a seller's market right now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
Exactly.
Well, listen, this is hands-on. So, you know, this is part 2, and this is part 2, how to be positive and how to move ahead. And, you know, basically the old saying, there's many ways to skin a cat. I mean, I hope you guys aren't with the Animal Protection Society. I'm just saying that. But look at it this way. There's 4 deals that are moving ahead right now. 3 of them are basically done.
Yeah,
and 1, you're going to figure out how to do it.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Hey, here we are again. You know, if you see the value, which I'm sure you did, like us, share this with your friends, and subscribe because there's more to come. Okay. Hey, are you doing anything with seller finance?
I do have a property that I do seller finance.
Okay,
Yeah.
because you know, I talked to Don, and he's really getting big on the seller financing. And
Yeah, especially I think that one will have to go up because a seller won't be able to sell, so they have to, in a way, finance the deal themselves, you know, to the buyers.
right.
So I think that's going to be an
All right,
increase.
you want to address that?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Hey, we're back again over here. It's JoeyB and Jeff Badu over here. And one of the things that I am a proponent of, and you know my cousin Don Cabasa, the Mortal
sir.
Kombat lawyer. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, he's Joey. We're doing more deals now. You know, 50% of the people are dropping out, but guess what? We're doing seller financing. Okay, which means, you know what seller financing is? The bank is the seller. The bank is the seller. Now, what that means is a couple things. Okay. One is there might be some tax implications and all this and that, but it's the underwriting.
Exactly.
It's the underwriting.
Yeah.
We have people that have done deals subject to with seller financing. Am I wrong? The sellers sometimes don't even check the credit.
No,
I
not
mean
at
you
all.
got, you know,
I mean, they'll probably do a credit. They might do a soft, you know, like one of those soft, but the credit limit requirement might be a 580 very well.
yeah.
You know.
I mean, so, and the seller can't sell it. But what is interesting, you know, and we talked about it, prices are going to go down. But guess what? If you've got a buyer who can't meet the underwriting, which means they don't have the credit, the funds, the history, whatever. Tell me if I'm wrong. The main criteria, if you're a buyer of a condo, a house, a 3-flat, whatever, if you got a work history, that's
Right.
probably the most important thing.
That's true.
So if you got a work history, guess what? The big word, the underwriting requirements are out. They're gone. Okay, which means if you can't qualify at the local savings and loan, at the bank, at the big ones, their underwriting is subject to government regulations and their own interior thing. Guess what? You could still do deals with seller financing. Hey, my friends, if you enjoyed this video, like it, share it, and subscribe it, because we've got a lot more great things coming.